Aberdeen Harbour is a popular harbour on the south side of Hong Kong Island. The coastal area will surprise those who think that Hong Kong is 100% urbanized. Here, we can still find secluded little bays and hills covered with native forests. We can reach the harbour via the Aberdeen Tunnel. In the harbour, we can find terribly expensive snow-white yachts, as well as mussel-covered commercial boats or trawlers with flaking paint. Traffic on the water is at least as heavy as on the mainland in the city centre. Destructive typhoons are not uncommon on the coast of the South China Sea, which is why everybody crowds into this refuge, protected from the wind. Houseboats rock behind the breakwater, and many have flower boxes hung on the railing, in which not only colorful flowers, but also herbs are grown. From amid the water buses and fishing boats, a Heūng sometimes shines through. Heūngs are small sailing ships with their fore and aft arched high, and their bat-wing-shaped sails ensure their fast speed and maneuverability. One of the few remaining Heūngs is the famous Duc Ling that has been dedicated to tourism, while the majority of boat tours are done with sampans or small modern boats. Tourist offices organize boat trips, but all better hotels can help you set up a trip as well. If we don't mind bargaining a bit, then we can negotiate the price with the boatman personally. Jumbo, the swimming restaurant built in traditional Chinese style, is a rare local curiosity where Chinese specialties are served. It's said that more than 30 million guests have been served there. We know that Chinese cuisine is not uniform. It has several schools and styles. The most famous of these are Cantonese, Peking, and Sichuan, but Hong Kong also has its own separate style. The huge country's different climatic and geographical conditions create considerable differences, just like the tastes of ethnic groups, and of course, the British authority also influenced the cuisine of Hong Kong. The Chinese cuisine is a philosophy of life, which is in fact built on the expressive symbolism of the harmony of the ancient Taoist yin and yang symbolism. The ingredients of foods and drinks, eating, the flavors, the cuisine, and the cooking techniques are also divided according to this symbolism. This idealism is in interesting contrast to the fact that the Chinese cuisine is the cuisine of need, where lots of people must be fed under bad conditions and a tight budget. It's because of this that everything is a potential ingredient of lunch or dinner in China. They eat snakes and bats, cats and dogs, frogs and snails, bears, locusts, swallows' nests, mushrooms, bamboo and sprouts, seeds, roots and flowers. Cooks use lots of different spices. Growing and using herbs and spices is significant throughout the whole of the Far East. The tools used to create these foods, like the wok and the bamboo steaming pot, are equally important and used more and more often in Europe as well. Let's see what Quentin Crew, culinary writer, recommends from the delicacies of Chinese restaurants. Yi Tang Wun Tun, a rich chicken soup with mushroom and celery. Yi Wen Wo Tang, the famous swallow's nest soup. Suan La Tang, hot and spicy soup. This is one of the most popular dishes of Chinese restaurants abroad. Ba Bao Ya, 8-stone duck. Roast duck stuffed with prawns, mushrooms, and chestnuts and cut into 8 pieces. Haiyang Shuya, duck seasoned with ginger, onions, and soy sauce, then baked crispy. And the most popular poultry dish is Peking duck. There are specific restaurants specializing in its professional preparation. Air is pumped under the skin of the duck to separate it from the meat. Then it's hung out to dry in the air, and finally glazed with honey and roasted until crisp. The duck is served with little pancakes, which everyone can fill with spicy sauce-covered meat and roll up for themselves. Choi yuan hoi are fried beef strips cut into small pieces and served with vegetables and oyster sauce. Jiang ru is pork stewed in a sauce made of ginger, wine, cinnamon, and cloves. Besides the innumerable fish, crab, mussel, and other seafood dishes, shark fin is also a big favorite. The choice of vegetable dishes is endless. The side dish is usually rice, but glass noodles and other types of noodles are also popular. It's understandable that Chinese buffets and restaurants have a modest choice of sweets. Their traditional desserts are usually too sweet for tourists who prefer the delicious fruits instead. China is traditionally a tea-drinking country, but beer lovers will also never stay thirsty for long. Although grapes are grown and wine is made in more and more places, their quality varies, and anyway beer, like Tsingtao, goes better with traditional dishes. Be sure to try the dim sum and cha suite, two real specialties of Hong Kong. The latter is roast cutlet covered with honey and spices, which is served in thin slices. This is also a national dish of the island, just like Hainan chicken, that is steamed in flavored oil and served cold. Traditional fish balls are still hand-rolled and served cooked in a soup or skewered. A motorboat returns the guests to the shore from the Palace of Gastronomy.